It's December 14th here in Buffalo. You'd expect it to be 36 degrees, if not cooler. For more on this game, let's check in with a third member of our crew, Laura Oakman.
Hi, Justin. Last night at the Packers team meeting, head coach Mike McCarthy painted a very vivid picture of what his team can expect today. He called this a tremendous atmosphere, very similar to Green Bay. Old school football is what he called it. He told this team, it will be one of the toughest places we play. I want you prepared for that. Sound familiar, Justin? That's because it's what every coach tells his team before they play at Lambeau Field.
It really is true. You think about these two franchises and what Mike McCarthy has done here, a win today, and he's moving to second place all time as a Green Bay Packer coach, moving ahead of Vince Lombardi. But you think you come to Buffalo, Dave, and, well, it's going to be cold, right? Not if you're coming from Green Bay.
No, and this is a game that the crowd is definitely going to play a factor into. Aaron Rodgers is unbelievable with the cadence and the snap count, so they're going to need this crowd to amp things up on third down and force them into a silent count.
The Packers won the toss. They have elected to receive to get Aaron Rodgers on the field first. And that means Buffalo will kick off to Dewan Harris back deep. Jordan Gay will kick off here for the Bills. The Bills in the all-blue uniforms. And Week 15 is underway. Harris will take the knee in the end zone. And so we get our first look at Aaron Rodgers and what he has done this year. It's almost like, where do you start? Okay, we'll start with 35 touchdowns. That's pretty good. It's incredible when you look at compared to 3 interceptions.
He's thrown for 300 yards plus 7 games this season.
He's thrown for over 275 yards 4 times in the first half alone. On first down, the handoff is to Eddie Lacy, and Lacy gets through a big hole. Eddie Lacy, a 12-yard run on first down. Duke Williams with the tackle. Lacy, a guy who left the game last week against Atlanta with a hip injury in that fourth quarter. He's a key. How about some other key guys on this side of the ball?
The duo of Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb combined 22 touchdowns this season. That impact of those two is going to be huge.
Lacy up to the 35-yard line. Stephon Gilmore with the tackle. How about on the defensive side of the ball?
Kyle Williams up in front, I think, is the most underrated defensive tackle in the NFL right now. 15.5 sacks over the last 2 seasons. It's going to be pertinent for him to keep Eddie Lacy under charge.
Stephon Gilmore, the man who made the tackle. He is down on the ground right now. We'll be back after this. Stephon Gilmore is being checked out right now on the sideline after making the tackle on Lacy. Coming in to take his spot is Nikel Roby. 2nd down and 7 here for the Packers. 319. Handoff again to Lacy. Lacy trying to cut it back, nowhere to go. Let's take a look again at the injury by Stephon Gilmore. And this is a fear when you got a big back like Lacy. When you go to hit him, you got to be careful.
And Stephon Gilmore is known for being a physical player, and it is important to have him back. He leads them with 3 interceptions right now, and his passes defense are going to be crucial because nickel is usually the guy who plays inside against the slot receiver instead of out in corner.
On 3rd and 7, the first pass of the game for Rodgers is incomplete, dropped by Andrew Corliss.
Very nice start for the Buffalo Bills right now. After the big run on first down, they've been able to settle down, get into their game mode, and it looks like they may have some nice field position.
Tim Mastay on to punt here for the Packers. Back deep is Marcus Thigpen for Buffalo. Thigpen from the 26 gets hit right away. Good coverage on special teams after a 39-yard punt. Jay Elliott makes the tackle. Here is Kyle Orton who last week threw for a season-high 355 yards against the Denver Broncos. Also in that game, he set a record for most attempts with 57 in the game. On first down, Orton to pass. And he completes that pass to Marquise Gray. Kyle Orton, he was signed just before the season began as a backup to E.J. Manuel.
I mean, you think about it, he wasn't even in training camp, and he was at home pondering on whether his career was going to be over. So it's phenomenal what he's been able to do stepping into this offense.
On second down and 3, the handoff is to Jackson. Jackson moving the pile, and it looks like he has the first down. If you think about how tough it was for Kyle Orton to come in so late, no preseason, doesn't know the offense, his offensive coordinator, Nate Hackett, said it's like learning a new language.
Well, I think they were preparing for a completely different offense, an up-tempo, no huddle with E.J. Manuel. So they had to change everything around in their game plan to suit Kyle Orton's game and be a drop-back quarterback.
First and 10 here for the Bills. And off again is to Fred Jackson up the middle. And Jackson up to the 43-yard line, picks up 6 on first down. Let's take a look at the offense for the Bills. Who are the key players to watch out for here?
I think Sammy Watkins, the impact that he has had on this team as a rookie is going to be very important. He's got to be able to stretch the field, make big plays, because they're going to have to take some shots because of the corners of the Green Bay Packers. They jump routes, they're very aggressive, and are very nice at playing the ball in the air.
There is Sammy Watkins, number 14, split out wide. Bryce Brown in at tailback now for the Bills. Second down and 4. Handoff to Brown. Brown, good tackle, comes up a yard shy of the first down. Clinton Dix with that tackle. And now 3rd and 1 coming up. How about the guys on the Packers defense?
I think definitely Clay Matthews is going to be the factor today. He's going to be playing off of the edge. He'll play inside at middle linebacker. But he has been able to, with this move, to make plays with his instincts and just being able to diagnose things. And with his speed and his tempo and his determination, he's been making a lot of plays in the run game.
3rd and 1. The handoff to Jackson, and Jackson gets stuffed. He gets taken down for a loss of 1. A.J. Hawk was the first one there.
Well, look at what the Green Bay Packers defensive line do. They stack everything in the middle there, and they said, this is 3rd and 1. If you want to bring it inside, our big men are going to hold up and control the line of scrimmage.
Clay Matthews, a little jawing with Dixon. It was A.J. Hawk with a tackle. Micah Hyde is back deep. And Colton Schmidt on to punt. Hyde says, let this one bounce. It does. It bounces out of bounds at the 13-yard line. No score here in the first quarter. Packers and Bills from Buffalo. Second series of the game for Aaron Rodgers and this Packers offense, which all season long they have done very well. First half, first quarter. Rodgers in the shotgun. On first down, looking to pass. The quick release gets rid of it and completes the pass to Jordy Nelson.
Now, when we talked to Aaron Rodgers, he said this is going to be very important for them early in this game. Run those quick slants, get screens involved, some draws, because they want to get this defensive line for the Buffalo Bills off of balance. Because if you do not, they will wreak havoc all day.
After a 60-yard completion, second down and 4. Rodgers to the sideline, incomplete, looking for Devontae Adams. The Packers this season, well, first possession, that's gone. But how about first quarter? 134 points this year, the most in the NFL.
That's one way of saying that you're going to start fast when you put up points like that and make a team completely change their top 15 plays in the script to catch up.
3rd down and 4. The fans here in Buffalo making some noise. And now the flags will come flying. A false start against the Packers.
False start. 75 offense. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Aaron Rodgers doesn't like the call.
You know, as I stated earlier in this, it's going to be very important for this crowd to play a factor into it. Right there alone, that you see the snap count play a factor into it, because this defensive line wants them in a silent count so they can get that one-step quick get off and hopefully get Aaron Rodgers.
Backs him up to 3rd and 9. Rodgers looking for Nelson, incomplete. A 3-and-out forced by this Buffalo defense. And look at the guys going back and forth, jawing on the sidelines.
Very nice call by Jim Schwartz. He runs an inside linebacker cross dog and adds on with the safety, forces Aaron Rodgers to get rid of that ball. But the biggest thing that they did there, they disguised it. They waited. They make sure that they didn't show it early enough that Aaron Rodgers could slide the protection to pick it up.
Masteon to punt for the 2nd time. The pressure is coming. A short punt. And this one takes a Green Bay bounce, but it is down in Green Bay territory at the 48-yard line by Jared Bush. Just a 33-yard punt. Quite a start for the Buffalo Bills defense against this vaunted offense of the Green Bay Packers, forcing just the 19th 3-and-out of the season. So now Kyle Orton starts in Green Bay territory. Orton to throw, looking for Sammy Watkins, and that is incomplete. Hit the ground first. Watkins had slipped. Sammy Watkins coming off a 127-yard game last week.
That ball was thrown low by Kyle Orton. That's a tough catch for Sammy Watkins to make. But let's face it, this is something that the Buffalo Bills have struggled on 1st downs this year. They've been putting themselves in tough positions, and when you go and you're going to 2nd and 10, that's when you have your troubles, and you're putting an offensive line in 3rd and long positions.
Robert Woods down the sideline. There is a flag on the play. Woods is pushed out of bounds, but this one, it looks like it's going to be coming back. He's marked out the 23.
Number 14 offense, blocking down the field with the pass. 10-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down.
That negates a 24-yard play.
It was a great play design. Look at Cordy Glenn, the left tackle, is able to get out there and block, but with the new rule, you cannot block right away. You've got to run him off, and right away you see that was a flag that they've been putting an emphasis on right now with all the picks, the rubs, and all the plays that offenses scheme up on that side of the ball.
So with that penalty, it's moved all the way back to the 42-yard line of Buffalo. 2nd down and 20. Orton pressured, gets rid of it to Jackson. And Jackson gets tackled right away, picks up a yard. Clay Matthews was right there for the tackle. Fred Jackson now kind of hobbling off the field here for Buffalo. They're already playing without C.J. Spiller in the backfield. Jackson was injured earlier this year. It was good to have him back, and now he walks over to the sideline, and he'll be checked out. Pretty good company if you're a Buffalo Bill to be mentioned in the same breath as Thurman Thomas. 3rd down and 19. Bryce Brown in the backfield. Pressure coming. Orton gets rid of it, avoids the sack. Clay Matthews once again applying the pressure on Kyle Orton, as well as Mike Neal.
Very nice job by the Green Bay Packers defensive line. They ran a twist up front. They were able to get Julius Peppers to the inside, get that scramble, but right away, we've seen the impact that the defensive end and the play of Clay Matthews had on that one. Being able to force that, get him down, and Kyle Orton did a nice job of not taking that sack.
Colton Schmidt angles it towards the sideline, and this will be down at the 20-yard line. The defenses are stepping up so far. No score here in Buffalo. Stephon Gilmore, who was injured on that opening drive on a tackle against Eddie Lacy, is back in for Buffalo. No score. How about this? This third series of the game already for Aaron Rodgers and this Packers offense. On first down, the handoff is to James Starks. And Starks picks up a couple yards. Well, this Green Bay Packers offense, we talked about how well they have done in the first quarter and really in the first half. 11 straight games with a first quarter touchdown. They need one more to tie the 1983 Washington Redskins for the NFL record with 12. 2nd and 8. Rodgers. Again, incomplete. This time looking for Randall Cobb. And you can see Rodgers put his hands up like he and his receivers are not in sync right now. So far today, it has been all defense, no offense. And David, I mean, you're seeing it. We've seen a few of these plays now where the receivers, Rodgers are looking for back shoulder, and they're not looking for it.
That's something that when we talk to them and what you've seen on film, they've been on the same page most of the games. They're having problems right now. And this Buffalo Bills defense is taking advantage of it.
5 wide receivers in on 3rd and 8. Rodgers. This is what he does so well. Extends the play. Rodgers runs for the first down and more as he slides across the 40.
This is the toughest thing about Aaron Rodgers, is because his ability to make plays and extend plays and to choose, okay, I'm going to use my feet and my athletic ability. And when you think about it, Aaron Rodgers right now since 2008 has the 3rd most rushing yards out of quarterbacks behind Michael Vick and Cam Newton. That is not something that you would expect.
What you're saying is you could win a bet on that one.
I think so.
A 19-yard run by Rodgers. Now the officials want to talk something over. Just the 2nd first down for Green Bay so far.
Put 7:06 on the game clock. .706. Thank you.
First and 10 from the 46. Rodgers comes to the near side again for Jordy Nelson, and again Nelson wasn't looking for it. Saturday, the UFC returns to Fox Sports 1 as all-time great Lyoto Machida battles CB Dollaway, plus one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in the world. Renan Barão takes on Mitch Gagnon. The action starts at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. 2nd and 10, you wonder when Rodgers and his receivers will link up. The handoff to Starks, bounces it outside. Nice job cutting it upfield and gets across midfield. Aaron Rodgers, we talked about his accuracy, but the first one, that's a drop. Since then, they're not even close to the receivers.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think the corners right now, the Buffalo Bills, are doing a nice job of being physical. They're rerouting these wide receivers. They're throwing off the timing. But I think you've made it plain and simple. The communication right now is not where it needs to be for the wide receivers and the quarterback.
Flags coming again on 3rd and 6. Who jumped first?
Neutral zone infraction. Number 99 defense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
That's against Marcel Darius. Let's check in downstairs with Laura Oakman.
You're talking about when this offense gets in sync. It might be when this crowd is not a factor. It's a huge one right now. You see Aaron make the calls. The receivers all huddle up after that. They're trying to communicate with each other. I talked to Randall Cobb, who said pointing, communications, hand signals, it's all going to be huge. You're seeing them try to do everything right now but use words.
3rd down and 1 here for the Packers. Cobb in motion. Starks in the backfield. They hand off to him. Starks has the 1st down and more. Starks is out of bounds. Let's see where they mark him out. The 33-yard line, a 12-yard run on 3rd and 1 for the guy James Starks, who played his collegiate ball here in Buffalo.
Huge blocking up front to create those rush lanes on that right side. TJ Lang, Brian Beluga did a great job on their one-on-one zone blocks to create that hole for James Starks to run through and get that 1st down.
Green Bay moving down the field against this Buffalo defense. Play action. Rodgers out of the pocket, throws towards the sideline, and that is incomplete to his running back, James Starks.
Very nice coverage here by the Buffalo Bills. Running right through things, passing it off to one another, nowhere to go with the football. This is the ability that they have when they're able to rush with just 4 up front with this defensive line.
And that's what Jim Schwartz prides himself on with this defense, not having the blitz. Let that front 4 do the job. 8th play of the drive, 2nd down and 10. Rodgers gets rid of it quickly to Jordy Nelson, who gets wrapped up and tackled by Stephon Gilmore.
You talked about doing it without a blitz, because people have tried their hand at that against Aaron Rodgers. He's completed 65% of his passes into it with 131 quarterback grading and 15 touchdowns just to 1 pick. So yeah, you may want to pick your poison with a blitz, but you better hope that you get home, because if you don't, Aaron Rodgers will take sure advantage of it.
3rd down and 3. Rodgers in a shotgun with Starks to his right. Now Starks splits out. Empty backfield here for Rodgers. Rodgers incomplete for Nelson. Nelson looking for a flag. Nothing. Gilmore there on the coverage.
One-on-one. Here we go. Stephon Gilmore. You're going to see Jordy Nelson run it off, give him a double move, and take that inside towards the seam. Gilmore got away with a little tug of the jersey there. It wasn't called. But as of right now, that's the way that this game has been going.
Mason Crosby on for a 45-yard field goal attempt. And the kick is low, and it is good. Mason Crosby now 24 of 27 on the season, and the Packers take a 3-0 lead. A 10-play drive resulting in a 45-yard field goal for Mason Crosby. 3-0 Green Bay on top, 4:27 to go here in this 1st quarter. Crosby will kick off. Thick pin. Back deep. But this is taken all the way up to the 26-yard line by Boobie Dixon. Fox Sports Supports is brought to team up with Boys and Girls Clubs of America. Boys and Girls Clubs help young people to reach their full potential as productive, caring, and responsible citizens through programs that promote character and leadership, education, healthy lifestyles, and more. For more information, visit foxsportsupports.com. Buffalo starting at the 26-yard line. Fred Jackson back in at tailback. Play action. Orton pressured. Kyle Orton goes down. Sacked. LaTroy Guion with the sack for Green Bay.
Clay Matthews on the outside is going one-on-one against Cordy Glenn. He's able to get a nice jump and get that hand and wrap around. Forces Kyle Orton to step up in the pocket. And that's the important thing, that those inside guards and center, they are responsible for the depth of that pocket. So when you have those guys, defensive ends, ripping up field and outside linebackers, you've got to make sure you stay sturdy up there so that Kyle Orton can step up and throw it.
Time for a game break. Let's check in with Kurt Menefee back in L.A.
All right, it's a different rookie scoring first in the Cincinnati-Cleveland game. Jeremy Hill takes it in for the Bengals. They're up 10-0 right now. Johnny Manziel, nothing so far, 3 and out on his first possession. Justin, David, and Laura.
All right, thanks, Kurt. Well, here it's a 3-0 lead for the Buffalo Bills, for the Green Bay Packers over the Buffalo Bills. That Bengals and Browns contest, of course, everyone talking about Johnny Manziel. What will he do in his first NFL start? Well, right now it's 3rd and 18 for Orton in this offense for Buffalo. Stepping up, dumps it off for Jackson, incomplete. And here come the Boo Birds.
Offensive line does a nice job of protecting, but great coverage by the Green Bay Packers. Kyle Orton goes to his check down. That ball's thrown a little bit in front of him, but that's one that you got to extend. You've got to keep running to keep that play alive. And you don't know if he was sitting there looking to see if something was coming across the middle, because he got his head around, and you always got to look the ball in and catch it first.
Colton Schmidt punting to Cobb. Cobb a chance to return. And Cobb out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Ron Brooks there with a special teams tackle. Aaron Rodgers, his team leads by 3. When looking at the numbers for Aaron Rodgers, the 3 interceptions obviously stand out. But this is incredible. All 3 interceptions were tip balls.
Now, if you look at the first 2, they were ones that were catchable. This ball was maybe thrown a little out but think about that. He could be at this point possibly flawless with 35 touchdowns and 0 picks.
And by the way, he has been flawless in the first half this year. 24 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. But right now he's off to a rough start. 2 for 9, just 12 yards for Rodgers in the air. Eddie Lacy in a tailback. Play action. Rodgers steps up over the middle, incomplete for Nelson. It's poked away by Corey Graham.
Nice closing speed right there by Corey Graham. You know, he's able to sit back, he's diagnosing it. One-on-one against Jordy Nelson, sees the break, and look at the speed for him to be able to close in on that ball, close that space, and get that hand in there to get that pass defensed.
You almost can't believe those numbers when you're looking at them right now. 2 for 10 for Rodgers. Rodgers escaping again. Throws, and that's incomplete. Richard Rodgers, one of his tight ends, can't hang on to it.
This is what Aaron Rodgers is so good at. He has pressure, he feels it, but his eyes never lose downfield. He's constantly moving. He just has that pocket composure and presence to extend those plays. And to be honest with you, a lot of the quarterbacks who do that, they throw interceptions. They have turnovers. He actually does it because he creates less turnovers by doing it.
Right now he's facing a 3rd and 10. Rodgers again steps up. He's already run for 1 first down. He's going to slide shy of the first down marker this time. He's smart. He knows, you know what, sometimes you're going to go for it. Sometimes live to see maybe the next series. And this brings up a punt.
Smart decision on his part. Get the yards that he could get, not take the hit, but more importantly, not turn over the football and continue to put themselves in better positions moving forward here.
Tim Mastay on to punt again. His 3rd punt of the day with Marcus Thigpen back deep. Into the winds. Thigpen comes up the 25 to take it. Thigpen's got a hole. Thigpen down the sideline. Thigpen cuts it back to the end zone. Touchdown. 75 yards from Marcus Thigpen.
Talk about vision and being confident and making a one cut into a crowd of pressure. This one, he is by himself. He sees it, and he just cuts completely across the grain. You know, he gets his blockers up in front of him. He gets Mikel Roby in front of him. But that is just straight speed and confidence that once you get through, you make one cut and you stick with it. And he did it and completely just turned around the momentum in this game and just gave this team a lot of life, because the minute that happened, this crowd just erupted, but more importantly, you saw everybody on the sidelines jump up and run to the field. And those are the plays that they need to have in order to beat the Green Bay Packers today.
The offense has been struggling, so what do? Special teams. Thigpen with a first punt return for a touchdown for Buffalo in over 2 years. And we had seen a couple of punts from Tim Mastay. As he's punting into the wind, the punts were short. You even saw on that play where Thigpen made the catch, and he was almost in front of his first blocker.
He was in front of Marquise Gray. He was able to catch the ball without a lead blocker, but just absolutely fearless in the way that he returned that.
Let's go down and check in with Laura once again.
David was talking about the Bills sideline. I can tell you the Packers sideline was stunned. Aaron Rodgers walking over to the bench, heard the crowd roar, stood back up, turned around, watched it in disbelief as he listened to the crowd, watched the touchdown being scored, shook his head, put his helmet back on, and walked out. They're in disbelief over here.
Jordan Gay to kick off. With the wind behind him. Harris will take a knee. We'd like to welcome the men and women in uniform serving around the world, watching today's broadcast in 175 countries and aboard ships at sea on AFN, the American Forces Network. Thank you for all you do. We hope you're enjoying today's telecast. And again, we just can't thank you enough for everything you do to let us come here and broadcast this game for you. 7-3, Buffalo leading Green Bay. The first quarter deficit for the Packers since week 2 to the Jets. On first down, the handoff to Lacy, and Lacy with a good run. Lacy still going. And he pushes that pile up to the 35-yard line. A 15-yard run by Lacy.
You get a nice double team right in front by Corey Linsley and T.J. Lang. But John Kuhn being able to come in there, cut down the linebacker, Eddie Lacy, just determination, just continuing to keep the feet driving. When you've got a back like this and a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, you have to pick your poison.
You give it to him again as he takes it beyond midfield to the 48 of Buffalo. This time a 17-yard run for Lacy.
Eddie Lacy again, nice pull and block right there by Corey Linsley. They're getting those inside gains because of the penetration of the Buffalo Bills defense. But the way that they're pulling right now and they're down blocking, they're opening up those holes for Lacy to run through.
Already 49 yards on the ground for Eddie Lacy. Give it to him again. Why not, right? Lacy again with a big run. Eddie Lacy up to the 26-yard line. 22-yard run.
Look at the full zone blocking schemes here.
To the end zone, Rodgers, and it's through the hands of Jordy Nelson. There is a flag on the play.
Offside. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Aaron Rodgers caught everyone off guard, going hurry up, even the defense for Buffalo. And it's deflected, but it's right through the hands of Jordy Nelson once again. So now it's 1st and 5 for Green Bay, trying to maybe extend that streak of now they have 11 straight games with a first quarter touchdown. 42 seconds to go in this first quarter. The quick pass over the middle to Nelson, who hauls it in for the first down. How quick was that release by Aaron Rodgers?
That is unbelievable. That play fake, that little inside, and that quick release. He had every single one of the linebackers in Buffalo step up. See Jordy Nelson on that inside. He's looking for the ball right away. He sees the blitz, and the play action is coming down the middle. Aaron Rodgers is able to give him that quick slant inside.
1st and 10. Rodgers going to change the play. Game clock down to 5 seconds. Does he get the play off in time? It's a handoff to Lacy, and Lacy gets wrapped up at the 11-yard line, picks up 2. That is the end of the first quarter. Buffalo leads Green Bay 7-3. Fox NFL Sunday will continue after this. The Packers have been so good this year in the first quarter. It's the first time they're trailing since week 2. It's 2nd down and 8 from the 12 of Buffalo. Rodgers throws to Cobb, and Cobb has it at the 1. A first down, 1st and goal from the 1.
It's not surprising that Aaron Rodgers went to Randall Cobb on that one. Randall Cobb has 8 touchdowns in the red zone, so that's a target that they need to go after. You know, I'm actually surprised. They've been running the ball successfully. I'm surprised they didn't give it to Lacy, but I think the defense was surprised too because they kept him off balance right there.
Well, now it's 1st and goal from the 1. You've got the big back in Lacy. Maybe you give it to him here. Did the bulk of the work on this drive with 3 straight runs. That's 71 yards in that first quarter. It is Lacy. And Lacy with the effort pushes that pile. Touchdown. 8th rushing touchdown of the year for Eddie Lacy. And now the guys are getting into it. David Bakhtiari, the left tackle. A bunch of guys going back and forth. Aaron Rodgers trying to settle things down as Mason Crosby will come on for the extra point. The extra point is good. 57 yards on that drive for Eddie Lacy alone.
The Green Bay Packers get into their jumbo package. They bring in Lane Taylor, the backup offensive lineman, to tight end. Unbelievable double team by him and Brian Beluga. John Kuhn does what he does best, lead the zone through. Eddie Lacy just once again shown his determination and his power and his leg drive to continue to push that pile and get it into the end zone.
You know, we spoke with some of the guys on this Bills defense and talked about Eddie Lacy and what a weapon he is for this Green Bay offense.
You know, like I said, you have to pick your poison. If you want to spread out and cover the wide receivers, and when they go in those 3 wide formations, you're just opening up running lanes for him to run through. Okay, you want to stop Eddie Lacy, you bring down a safety or somebody down in the box to play an 8-man box. Then they're going to hit you with click slants. They're going to hit you with the over-the-top plays. So it's very, very interesting that now, since the pass game didn't work, sure enough, they go to the power in their bell cow right there in Eddie Lacy.
Lacey again, 57 yards on that drive alone for Green Bay as Mason Crosby will kick off once again. Thigpen in the end zone will take a knee. First quarter, big advantage for Green Bay as far as total yards, but that punt return for a touchdown for Buffalo. They led 7-3 after the first quarter. Now it's a 10-7 game thanks to the touchdown by Eddie Lacy. Not a good first quarter offensively for the Bills. Let's see if Kyle Orton can get things going here in the second. A handoff to Fred Jackson on first down, tackled by Clinton Dix. A 3-yard pickup, second down and 7. What are you seeing or the problems for this Bills offense thus far?
Well, consistency. It's nice that they were able right there to get a gain on first down. You know, they've been fighting with their backs up against the wall in 3rd and long situations. So they've got to continue to move forward consistently and try to stay ahead of the chains.
Orton taking a shot to Watkins, who holds it in. What a catch by Sammy Watkins. 29-yard completion to the rookie.
He's going one-on-one against Sam Shields. He gets Sam Shields turned around. Look at his hand-eye coordination to look back, slow down his route,
wow,
and catch that ball to convert and move that ball forward on the first down.
Sammy Watkins, part of a terrific rookie receiving class. On first down, Brown able to avoid a tackler, and Brown turns a loss into a nice gain.
Clinton Dix is coming down for run support, but misses that tackle. You see the B-button spin right there to get out of that one. He's able to create, you know, that open area and move forward. But they can't pride themselves on misbreaking tackles and having those plays. They've got to do it up front, and they've got to lean on this offensive line at some point to control the line of scrimmage.
Orton completes the pass to Robert Woods, doing a nice job coming back to that ball up to the 19-yard line.
Robert Woods has been a great, addition to this team in his second year. That's his 53rd catches, which makes him 3rd among all second-year receivers.
Flags on the play. False start here against Buffalo.
Number 77 offense. 5-yard penalty. First out.
How about that play by Robert Woods?
Able to get back, look it in, looking it in. You see his hands, eyes, pull it in, keep the feet in at the boundary. Look at the little double tap with the foot there too.
After the penalty, 1st and 15. Orton fakes, comes back with a screen. Jackson. And Jackson will get tackled at the 18-yard line by Micah Hyde, a 6-yard pickup. By the way, just real quick, Sammy Watkins with that great catch, that 29-yard completion. Now with 850 receiving yards on the season, which is a Bills rookie record. On 2nd and 9, Orton swings it out to Scott Chandler, and Chandler dives. Let's see where they mark him down. And he will have the first down.
Nice job by Kyle Orton again. That time they were running again a cross blitz inside with those linebackers. But Kyle Orton was able to deliver the ball quickly so they couldn't get there and get that ball to Scott Chandler.
1st and goal. Jackson on the carry. Flag comes in from the back.
Looks like it's going to be a hold on number 77.
Number 77 offense. 10-yard penalty. First down.
You know when those offensive linemen are holding, don't you?
It's only illegal when you get caught and you don't have your hands inside. Well, Josh Boyd makes a great move, the defensive tackle, defensive end for the Green Bay Packers, gets that inside move to create that penetration. Cordy Glenn's feet get beat, wraps him, takes him down. It's an easy call.
Already 40 yards of penalties for the Bills. And it's now 1st and goal, backed up to the 18. And Jackson is going nowhere. Mike Daniels with the play, a loss of 5 with that tackle for a loss.
Josh Boyd, back-to-back impact plays, just complete penetration, gets Craig Urbick back into the backfield. And that's the biggest thing. When you're running a zone scheme like this or a draw, the one thing you cannot give up is penetration, where a back cannot get started and can't get those feet to the line of scrimmage.
You're looking at 2nd and goal right now from the 23-yard line. A flag on the play, a free play to the end zone, incomplete for Woods.
Now it's the 3rd play in a row, but it's not a good one.
93 defense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
Josh Boyd, the guilty party for the Packers.
I just talked about him having back-to-back good plays, but you're already getting penetration. You're already playing well. Watch the football, because that is a penalty that you do not want to give up right there.
So it's still 2nd and goal. Now from the 18-yard line. Boobie Dixon in that tailback. Orton dumps it off to Dixon. Another flag on the play as Dixon gets dragged down. That could be a horse collar. We've got flags everywhere.
There were fouls against both teams. Holding, number 10, defense. Horse collar tackle, number 58 defense. Holding 10 offense. Penalties offset. Replay 2nd down.
See that hand go to the collar behind the neck and pull him down? Well, that is one that they're going to call instantly to protect the players. I mean, we've seen a lot of guys get rolled up in the back of the legs, and it all started with Terrell Owens.
Wasn't it the Roy Williams penalty? That was his go-to move. 2nd down and goal. Orton over the middle to Robert Woods, able to hang on to it, picks up 4. So 3rd and goal coming up. Sam Barrington on the tackle.
You know, with the injuries at running back position, it's really hurt the Buffalo Bills. Last year, they were scoring at 95% in the red zone. Right now, with all the injuries that they've had to the backs, instead of running the ball, they've been throwing it at 80%.
6 defensive backs in the game right now for the Packers. On 3rd and goal from the 14-yard line. Kyle Orton pumps once, comes back over the middle, gets it to Boobie Dixon, and Dixon gets wrapped up by Brad Jones, a pickup of 5, and that'll bring the field goal unit on.
Nice protection up front by the Buffalo Bills, but you said they brought in the extra nickel back. The Green Bay Packers were able to get coverage. We're able to say, we'll let you catch the ball in front. We're not going to let anything go over the top or over our heads. We're going to try to minimize it and keep it to a field goal.
Dan Carpenter on to try a 27-yard field goal attempt to tie this game up. And tied up he does. The Buffalo offense, which struggled in that 1st quarter, stepped it up here in the 2nd. And we're now tied up at 10 in Buffalo. We're all tied up here in Buffalo, the Packers and the Bills. After a 27-yard field goal by Dan Carpenter, Jordan Gay to kick off into the wind. Juwan Harris. And this is going to go out of bounds inside before
Free kick out of bounds. By rule, at the 40-yard line. 1st down Buffalo, timeout.
That's a big costly mistake, kicking into the wind. Good field position for Aaron Rodgers when we come back. Speaking of awards and stars, look at the event you were at this week. How about that?
Yeah, it was a pretty unbelievable event to listen to, the stories of, Mark Messier and Derek Jeter and, the things that happened in the locker room and the clubhouse. Those are things and memories you'll always remember.
Number 30, offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
I don't know. I see that picture. I go, Ruth, Garrett, DiMaggio, Costanza?
I'll tell you this. The one thing about when you look at that picture, those four guys, between the four, 15 championship rings.
That's awesome. The penalty against Green Bay, against John Kuhn, the fullback. So backs it up. 1st and 15. Good starting field position, though, here for Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Play clock is expiring. And the timeout is taken by Mike McCarthy.
Expired. Timeout, Green Bay. They're first.
.8:04 to play here in the second quarter. Tie game, 10-10, Green Bay and Buffalo. A good one here at Ralph Wilson Stadium. 10-10, Packers and Bills. Rodgers, play action. Completes the pass near side to Cobb. What a nice catch by Randall Cobb. And he has a first down.
Randall Cobb inside at the slot. He's going one-on-one against Nickel Roby. Roby sees that and tries to make a break on the ball. Aaron Rodgers puts that ball precisely where it needs to be. Outside shoulder, right where Randall Cobb can catch it in stride, and where Roby cannot get a hand on that football.
A 19-yard completion. Play action again for Rodgers. Dumps it off, and Starks just drops it. We saw one earlier on the other side for Fred Jackson. He dropped one. And now we see it from James Starks.
That's one that they're going to pick up a good chunk of yardage right there. Aaron Rodgers is not scared to hit to the check down. He is not scared to take the easy shot. And on that one, James Starks catches that one. That's going to be a first down.
2nd down and 10 instead. Rodgers in the shotgun. Setting up the screen for Starks. He catches this one. And Starks with that burst of speed. He's going to be very close to that first down marker. It is going to be a first down for James Starks. Coming up on 7 minutes to go here in this first half. Tie game. The Packers 10-3 on the season. Handoff Starks. Starks slips a tackle. And now just dives and he'll pick up a yard. Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb. Cobb with that last completion for that first down. He is now over 1,000 yards. The two of them are the first duo in team history with 1,000 yards and 10+ touchdowns.
And the 22 touchdowns between the both of them lead any duo in the NFL right now.
2nd and 9. Quick pass, dangerous pass, and it's incomplete, nearly picked off by Stephon Gilmore. Oh, wow.
Stephon Gilmore has got his eyes completely on this one. You see his eyes looking at Aaron Rodgers the whole time. He sees that. Boom, he is able to jump that one. But those are the momentum-changing plays. Those are the ones that you look through, you get your opportunity. That one hits you right in the chest. That's a touchdown.
Yeah. And
that's, once again, special teams touchdown, defensive touchdown. When those happen and you score on both of those, your odds of winning are 75%.
Now 3rd and 9, play clock at 1, and Rodgers has to call timeout again. Like you said, that could have been huge. And did you see Rodgers' reaction? He kind of had that look like, whoa,
He knew he got away with one. Yep.
6:15 to play here in the first half. Aaron Rodgers just 6 for 17 for 59 yards. Eddie Lacy, he did the bulk of the work on that scoring drive. 57 yards. He's got 72 on the day, but Stephon Gilmore injured on the first series, back in, nearly had that interception. And one thing we didn't say on that play was Jordy Nelson. He kind of came back with that arm whip to try to break that pass up, and maybe right there he's playing defense as opposed to offense, and he saves his team 6 points. Third and 9. Play clock at 3.
Comes the blitz.
Rodgers lofting one, and it's incomplete. Was looking for Devontae Adams. Gilmore there on the coverage.
Nice job by Jim Schwartz bringing the blitz, forcing James Starks to move from the right side to the left side to pick it up, creating that one-on-one matchup. But Stephon Gilmore has stepped up in this game, is playing very, very well right now.
Mason Crosby now to try a 53-yard field goal. He made from 45 earlier. Jim Schwartz's defense is doing the job so far for the Bills. And this is blocked. Picked up and now returned at the 30 by Aaron Williams. Special teams once again for Buffalo. It looks like it's Mario Williams who got the hand on it. Mario Williams is 6 feet 7 inches tall. He just used his wingspan to block a field goal. And now on first down, the handoff is to Jackson. Jackson up to the 37-yard line. Barrington with the tackle. Look at Mario Williams in the center right there.
Able to get the penetration, look it right through and get that hand up. He didn't even jump. He was just able to get penetration. And with that 6'7" frame and that wingspan that everybody talked about since the combine, not only comes into play for bull rushing an offensive tackle, but for blocking a field goal.
Second time we've seen Sammy Watkins slip today. 3rd and 7. Have you heard about the new show Empire? It's coming in January, starring Terrence Howard as a hip-hop mogul and Taraji P. Henson as his just-out-of-prison ex-wife. If you love high drama and amazing music, this is a show for you. Empire premieres Wednesday, January 7th on Fox. Well, 3rd and 7 after the blocked field goal. Can the offense stay on the field for Buffalo?
Been 0-4 on 3rd down today. They've got to come up with something here.
And now with that hard count, Kyle Orton actually drew his own team.
Number 14 offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
What is that like? Well, Sammy Watkins is the guilty party there. As an offense, you know you're going with that.
And that's one where Sammy Watkins, you shouldn't even be listening to the cadence because you can't really hear it. Watch the football and get your get-off of the football. But these have been the issues that they've had this season, the penalties at costly times in football games.
So now you go from 3rd and 7 to 3rd and 12. Orton throws and completes the pass to Chris Hogan, but shy of the first down. Time for a game break. Let's go back to LA and check in with Joel Klatt. All right, thanks, Joel. Back here, it's 10-10. Once again, Colton Schmidt on to punt. A high punt into this wind. And this will be downed at the 25-yard line, a 37-yard punt. Aaron Rodgers and the Bills. This was from earlier today. Marcus Thigpen with a 75-yard punt return for a touchdown. It seems like special teams, this is the day for them. 4 touchdowns already in special teams today around the league.
Huge impact plays on each and every one of them. Like I stated earlier, if you can score on special teams and then on defense, your odds of winning are 75%.
Aaron Rodgers under center, Eddie Lacy in the backfield. Hand off to Lacy. Across the 30, tackled by Keith Rivers. When looking at this Green Bay team and what they have done this year, 5 straight wins, 10-3 on the season. You know, you think back to when they drafted Eddie Lacy, people thought they finally got a running back for Aaron Rodgers. And now that Rodgers is healthy this year, you're seeing what they can do with a back like him, a quarterback like Rodgers, and receivers like they have. Again, it's Lacy. Nowhere to go this time, gets bottled up. Brandon Spikes came up with Duke Williams.
Brandon Spikes, one of the hardest hitters in the NFL. I know firsthand in the times that when I was a player, when we played New England, I'll never forget one of our young guys came in for a snap because our right guard, Chris Snee, had to get something fixed. He came back and his helmet was sideways with his face mask because he took Spikes in the hole one-on-one.
The Packers 2 for 7 on 3rd down today. Pressure coming. Rodgers dumps it off, and it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, it was behind him, but that's one that he's got to catch.
The drops today, the miscommunication. This is not what we've seen out of the Green Bay Packers this season and out of their offense. So it's no surprise that they haven't been putting up the numbers and have the start that they've wanted to. So you've got to give a lot of credit to this Buffalo team because, yeah, they may have had the drops, but this Buffalo team has not settled for anything less than their best, and they're challenging the Green Bay Packers on every single play.
There's a flag down by Tim Mastay. The officials are getting together. Our referee again is Bill Levy.
Number 26 of the offense. 10-yard penalty will be added on to the end of the run.
So if
Correction. Buffaloes are elected to have the 10-yard penalty first play, 4th down.
No different than when you're playing on the offensive side of the ball. Your feet get beat, you get twisted, your hands outside of the framework. You know, they're looking right through the punter, so they're going to call that every single time.
Well, now what this does is it forces another punt by Tim Mastay, and maybe a chance for Marcus Thigpen to return again. Now he is punting with the wind behind him, but he's going to be punting right around his own end zone. Kind of wondered coming in which would prevail, the defense of Buffalo or the offense of Green Bay. So far, it's the defense of Buffalo. Another flag. And Thigpen lets this one bounce. And it's going to be down at the 45 of Buffalo, but let's wait to see what this flag is for.
Illegal formation. Number 86 was not on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. Replay 4th down.
Well, you know Mike McCarthy's not happy. I don't think Bill Levy is happy. It's cold down there. He's done a lot of talking.
Tell you what, Tim Mastay hasn't kicked 3 in a row like this since pregame.
And by the way, his 2 punts so far, 38 and 39 yards, the ones that have been called back because of penalties.
And they're directional kicking. They're trying to get away from Thigpen. They're trying to kick it to the sideline and not give him another opportunity to get a return.
So now Thigpen is waiting at midfield. Maste. Thick pin driven back. This one takes a good bounce, so all of that, and it actually benefits the Green Bay Packers. Maste finally got a good punt off. And now Buffalo will have the ball at their own 37, a 52-yard punt. We've got 2:55 to go here in the first half. Let's find out what Kurt's got coming up at the Visa Halftime Report.
Coming up at the Visa Halftime, we'll update you on all the teams fighting for the playoffs. The Steelers jump out to an early lead against the Falcons. The Texans' D is giving Andrew Luck fits in Indy. And the Patriots look to avenge an early season loss to the Dolphins. It's all on the Visa Halftime. And
I'm going to go out on a limb and say there's going to be some sort of discussion about Johnny Manziel. On first down, the ball is off the hands of Robert Woods. That's a ball that he's got to catch. Kyle Orton on the day. Fred Jackson struggled last week. 8 carries, 35 yards. You just saw his numbers this week. 6 carries, 10 yards. Second down and 10. Orton down the sideline, and that is picked off. Intercepted by Tramon Williams. And these guys are getting into it again along the sideline. Clay Matthews is right there in the middle of it, trying to break people up. The defense has helped out Buffalo so much in this game. Special teams as well. Now it's Green Bay's defense, which creates the turnover.
That ball was not put where it needs to be. Kyle Orton needs to get that high outside instead of inside and low. Tramon Williams is just playing that inside leverage, using the boundary as another defender.
Let's watch how this fight began along the sideline. Eric Pierce went over towards the Green Bay sideline. Not something you want to do.
After the interception, personal foul, number 58 of the intercepting team. 15-yard penalty, first down.
So it's called against Sam Barrington.
As we were talking earlier, he's one-on-one against Sammy Watkins. Takes that inside leverage, is pressing him, using the sideline as a boundary. That ball is not put where it needs to be, high and outside, where Sammy Watkins can only catch it over that shoulder. Kyle Orton puts it inside. Tramon Williams makes a nice play on the ball to come up with that interception. And you know, that's something that Kyle Orton said about the different techniques that these corners can play. They're very confident. They're ball hawks. They take chances. Kyle Orton gave him one right there.
Tramon Williams with his 3rd interception of the season. His 22nd interception since 2010, which is 2nd in the NFL behind Richard Sherman, who's got 23. And we'll see Richard Sherman in the second game of our doubleheader in Seattle. So after that penalty, the Packers had the ball at their own 19-yard line. 2:44 to go, just one timeout remaining. Rodgers on first down. Dancing around, throws, and that one is nearly picked off. Nickel Roby was all over the coverage on Randall Cobb.
Randall Cobb was running a dig on that one, breaks it off inside. But Roby, that was when we talked to the defense. Jim Schwartz said he has got to play a good game. He is going to be playing up a lot of the time one-on-one against Randall Cobb. He's really stepped up, and very nice play defending that one.
Been really impressed with Buffalo's defense here in the first half. Rodgers just 6 for 20. Again, dancing around, dumps it off to Lacy. Lacy stays in bounds, and Lacy able to pick up the first down. What an effort.
Fighting for those extra yards, the yards after catch. The one thing that they were hoping, though, is he could possibly keep that one in and get it out of bounds, maybe stop the clock. But right now, so many missed tackles. There was 4 on that one alone.
Rodgers quickly, it's deflected off the hands of Cobb. Another drop ball by these receivers for the Packers. The Packers trailed for the first time after the first quarter since week 2. They were down 7-3. The Thigpen 75-yard punt return for the touchdown, but then the Packers came back quickly in that second quarter to take a 10-7 lead. It's now 10-10. And the last play before the 2-minute warning here in the first half. Rodgers, little shovel pass for Lacy, and right there was Preston Brown.
Gives his the 2-minute warning.
Brings us the 2-minute warning. 10-10 here in Buffalo. Follow your favorite team all season long. Go to itunes.com/NFL. 3rd and 11. And we've got movement on the line. And it's going to be encroachment against Buffalo.
Neutral zone infraction. Number 55 defense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That's against Jerry Hughes.
Jerry Hughes moving. He was in a 2-point and then went to crouch down and get into a 3-point. Got his hand into the neutral zone, and Bakhtari got a jump and gave the point like any offensive lineman does in those situations. But
if you're Green Bay right now, got to convert 2 for 8. Look what they've done. They've been stifled by this Buffalo defense. Rodgers out of the pocket, throws incomplete. Jordy Nelson wasn't looking, and Rodgers had to get rid of it. Aaron Rodgers, we came in talking about what a season he's had, but he and his receivers have not been in tune. Give a lot of credit to this defense for Buffalo. A couple of near interceptions.
This Buffalo defense has definitely rose to the challenge. They've stepped up. They've challenged Aaron Rodgers and these wide receivers. They've played physical. They've rerouted them. And yeah, you want to say that the drops and the miscommunication on the Packers side has led to it, which it has. But the pressure, the hits, and the confidence that this Bills defense is playing with, they've got to rally that around, because this offense has got to do something here in the second half.
How about that bounce on the punt? Marcus Thigpen said clear out. Turns out to be a 63-yard punt for Masted.
Look at Jim Schwartz, defensive coordinator, fired up, rallying around these guys. And when we talked to him on Friday, he could not be more excited for this game, and he really believed that his defense had the mentality, but more importantly, the game plan to play that they are today.
Buffalo still has all 3 timeouts remaining, but they're backed up all the way to their own 2-yard line. Hand off to Jackson, and Jackson just trying to give his team some room. Saturday, it'll be like going back in time to the old Big East as the Syracuse Orange will battle 7th-ranked Villanova. Coverage begins at 12:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. That's this Saturday, and Villanova is a team to be reckoned with.
They sure are, and unfortunately, I watched them beat my Fighting Illini of Illinois on Tuesday in the Jimmy V Classic. Villanova is an impressive team.
Villanova, they're impressive. Aaron Rodgers today, look at this. Ties a first-half career low. I mean, Aaron Rodgers came into this game, and all anybody could talk about, and rightfully so, were the incredible numbers he was putting up. But as you've mentioned, give a lot of credit to this Buffalo defense and what they have done to maybe confuse Green Bay offensively. Once again, the handoff to Jackson. Third down coming up. Coming up on a minute to go here in this first half.
3rd and 7. This is something the Buffalo Bills are going to need to address at halftime, because right now they have not converted a 3rd down. They've got to step up here in the second half, because if they do not, as much credit as we're given to this defense of the Buffalo Bills, if this offense doesn't step up, they're going to wear down in the second half, and that's when Green Bay Packers can take over this football game.
And that has been a problem for Buffalo this year as Jackson tries to cut it back. Spun forward across the 10. And he'll be a yard shy of the first down marker. Coming up on the Visa Halftime Report with Kurt, Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy. Johnny Manziel, his first career start. The Falcons are fighting to keep a playoff spot alive. How about that NFC South? Man.
Unbelievable. Nobody wants to take over the division right now. And when it comes to that last game, who's playing for the division? You're either going to win the division or you're going to have a top 5 draft pick.
That's pretty incredible. 10-10 here at the half. Green Bay and Buffalo special teams have kept the Buffalo Bills in it with their defense. That's the end of the first half. We're all tied up at 10. We now go to Kurt Menefee in LA for the Visa Halftime, which starts right now. Start of the third quarter, tied at 10. Today's excitement is brought to you by Nissan, and the play, well, it was the most exciting play. Marcus Thigpen, 75-yard punt return for a touchdown. Green Bay will kick off here to start this third quarter. And there was a look at Thigpen. How about Aaron Rodgers in that first half? Rodgers 8 for 24, just 70 yards. The defense of Buffalo certainly did the job, keeping this vaunted Green Bay offense in check.
Now it's the job of the offense of the Buffalo Bills to step up. The Bills defense has stepped up. The special teams has stepped up by not only scoring a touchdown, but Mario Williams blocking the field goal. This offense has to do something here, not only here with this drive, but the second half, to make sure that this defense is not on the field the entire game.
Booby Dixon on the return, that short kick. You talk about key plays. How about this? Could have been a pick six by Gilmore. Instead, Jordy Nelson got a hand on it.
You know, some of the plays in a football game that are the big ones are the ones that people forget, or the ones that don't happen. You can see Stephon Gilmore, if he comes up with that catch and that interception, that's a touchdown. But look at Jordy Nelson, able enough to get that ball knocked out of there. And that could have been the complete game-changing play right there, and we'll see what happens here for the second half, and if it is.
On first down, Fred Jackson with the run. That's by far and away his best run of the day. Picks up 11, gets a first down. Jackson had just 19 yards coming in. Look at the first half numbers. And the advantage is to Green Bay, but it was that big punt return for a touchdown, the blocked field goal. Just one turnover in that first half. You could see neither quarterback with a very good passer rating, which everyone loves so much. And there on the handoff is Booby Dixon. And Dixon brings it up to the 45. Let's check back in downstairs with Laura.
I talked to Mike McCarthy, who said the Bills defense is doing a good job, but he was very confident about the second half, saying we are going to get balance. We're going to catch the balls in the second half. Our contact outside, we are going to concentrate on that, and we are going to win that in the second half, Justin.
Well, he expects a lot from his team. Second down and 2 after that 8-yard run. It's Dixon again, and Dixon picks up a yard. Hey, Laura, what did Coach Marone say?
Defensively, he said our DBs have done a great job in coverage. They're making Rodgers go to his second and third reads, and that's why he's not looking too comfortable. But he did say, I know this offense can click in a second. Biggest thing, front seven has to stop the run that squeaked by him. Offensively, he said, we're seeing it right now. We got to get the defense some help. I said, how? He said, stop slipping, stop dropping balls, execute.
3rd and 1, looking for their first third down conversion, and they have it. Boobie Dixon with the carry and the first down.
Nice block at the point of attack by Scott Chandler, able to edge the defense on Julius Peppers. That ball is taken out. Continue with the first down, and this is what we need to see out of this Buffalo offense. Consistent football, staying ahead of the chains, and keeping out of 3rd and long positions, because they did not convert any of those in the first half.
Handoff to Jackson, gets spun around, and he reaches forward to the 45 of Green Bay. Guyon with the tackle. A pickup of 5, 2nd down and 5. There is a player down right now for Green Bay. Number 53, Nick Perry. 2nd and 5 coming up. Perry, the player down for Green Bay. Buffalo is going with the wind here in this 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 5. Nick Perry is okay for Green Bay. Handoff to Jackson. Jackson tries to go cut it back. A spin move, able to stay on his feet, able to pick up 3 yards and set up 3rd and short. A good second effort by Fred Jackson.
Real nice second effort by Fred Jackson to get out of that tackle of Sam Shields and Clay Matthews, move it forward and to get them into 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable down, which this offense needs to be in.
We just saw them convert their first 3rd down of the day. It was Boobie Dixon on the carry. Boobie Dixon is back in here on 3rd and 2. Kyle Orton. And now a timeout is taken here by Buffalo.
Their first 32nd timeout.
With 3rd and 2 coming up. Buffalo not happy with what they saw. Kyle Orton goes back to the sideline. From Kelly Clarkson to Carrie Underwood to Phillip Phillips, American Idol has transformed unknowns into superstars, and it's all about to begin again. American Idol Superstars Made Here premieres Wednesday, January 7th on Fox. Let's go back to LA and check in real quick with Joel Clapp.
All right, Kutch, the AFC East can be sewn up today by New England with a win, and this is going to help. The Patriots up 21-13 after LeGarrette Blount goes in from 3 yards out. Nice little lead there for the Pats. Justin, David, and Laura.
All right, thanks, Joel. Back here, it's a 10-10 game. The Dolphins and the Patriots. You just heard Joel talk about what's at stake for the Patriots. What's at stake here? With a win, the Dallas loss. Green Bay clinched a spot with a win. Buffalo keeps their playoff hopes alive. On 3rd and 2, look at the effort by Boobie Dixon again. He claps for himself.
They say it takes everybody involved into that one. You want to talk about a block. You see Scott Chandler, but Woods, the wide receiver, actually blocks Julius Peppers and does a nice enough job to take him down to get a first down. Yeah. Talk about rising to the challenge and stepping up. That's when, as a wide receiver, when you come into that motion, you're a little worried, but he did a very good job right there on Julius Peppers.
Bryce Brown on the carry. And Brown will pick up 3. We saw Boobie Dixon, after picking up that first down, hobble towards the sideline. He's come up with a couple of big 3rd down conversions, so you hope he's all right for the Bills. It looks like he's working whatever problem he had out. Second down and 7 here for the Bills. Marching down. Fred Jackson back in. The handoff to Jackson again. You could hear the helmets just smacking each other. Clinton Dix with the tackle. The 8th tackle of the day for the rookie out of Alabama.
Julius Peppers comes back with the good play there. He stacks Chantrell Henderson at the right tackle position, who's been a very pleasant surprise for this Buffalo Bills offense, earning the starting job as a rookie 7th-round draft pick. But he had high standards coming in. He was one of the top heavily recruited prospects out of high school.
3rd and 5, 10th play of the drive. The first 9 have been runs. Kyle Orton back to pass over the middle, incomplete to Woods. It was behind Robert Woods, but again, you speak to Woods, he'll say, I should have caught it.
They bring a double A-gap blitz. They bring right down the middle. They bring Clay Matthews and Barrington. Forces Kyle Orton to get rid of that ball quickly. Yeah, it may be a little bit behind Woods, but you've got to catch that football in a game this tight, this close on 3rd down against the Green Bay Packers. That's one that you need to catch.
A 51-yard field goal attempt by Carpenter. And Carpenter able to draw it in. And Buffalo now has a 13-10 lead. From 51 yards out, Carpenter is good, and the fans here in Buffalo are happy. Back here at Ralph Wilson Stadium, the Bills back on top by 3, 13-10. A 51-yard field goal by Dan Carpenter. Jordan Gay will kick off. DeJuan Harris is back deep. And Harris will take a knee. Aaron Rodgers will come back out, taking over at the 20 when we come back, and his team down by 3. Some ice skating in downtown Buffalo. It's a 13-10 Bills lead over the Packers. Aaron Rodgers takes over at the 20. Rodgers play action over the middle is complete to Randall Cobb. Cobb up to the 40. A 20-yard completion.
Laura said that Mike McCarthy said at halftime he's confident in our receivers that they're going to come out, they're going to make the plays and the catches that we need to have in the second half. And they hit it with a quick strike right away with that inside post right away by Randall Cobb.
Duke Williams, the player down, injured on the tackle of Randall Cobb. So we're looking at Green Bay right now down by 3. We talked about the importance of this game coming in. They're in a race for home field advantage. And when you think about the playoffs and what could happen. Arizona undefeated at home. Philadelphia 6-1. Seattle 5-1 at home. You know what these teams can do at home. That's why getting home field advantage is so critical, I think, more this year than in other years past.
I agree with you, Justin. And just look at our game here right now. The amount of numbers and production that the Green Bay Packers have put up at home compared to on the road, not only being just undefeated, but they've been able to jump on top of teams at home, feed off of the crown of Lambeau Field, and they feel that that's going to be their success moving forward, is having that home field advantage.
Duke Williams being helped off the field right now by the training staff, looking a little bit shaky. You hope he's all right. Would you ever wear the blanket on the sideline?
No, I'd put on the winter hat, but you're on a seat warmer anyways. And you know, as I said to you earlier, I was sweating in this game anyways, regardless of the weather.
1st and 10 here for Green Bay. Hand off to Lacy. Lacy, another good run. Eddie Lacy picks up 8 on 1st down. 2nd down and 2.
Nice job at the point of attack by Josh Sitton, going up against Kyle Williams, who I said earlier in this game that I think he is one of the most underrated defensive tackles. One-on-one zone stretch, and he was able to get that hole opened up for Eddie Lacy.
It's Lacy again, has the 1st down, but a flag in the backfield.
Holding, number 69 offense. Coming up penalty, repeat 2nd down.
That's against David Bakhtiari.
Jerry Hughes does a nice job of getting leverage, getting underneath, stacking them, But right away, once he went to get off, Bakhtari had his hands outside the framework. It's clear to see that Hughes couldn't come off at the point of attack. Mike McCarthy obviously does not agree with that call himself.
I'm pretty good at lip reading.
I think his facial expression sent it all itself, but like I said, you got to give credit to Hughes on that one. He's not a big outside linebacker defensive end at 250, 255. He was able to get in good position there with his leverage.
2nd down and 12 after the penalty. Quick pass, and it's batted down at the line by Mario Williams. He already has a blocked field goal. He got those big arms up in the air.
You know, when you can't get home, when you see that quarterback stop, his eyes, you get your eyes to his and you get your hands up for pass defense right there. We talked about his wingspan and the field goal block right there. He was able to get it right through that passing lane.
Now 3rd and 12, the crowd getting into it again.
Look at the difference. Hughes inside now. With Kyle Williams outside.
Rodgers.
Here comes the stunt.
Over the middle, incomplete, looking for Randall Cobb. Rodgers took a hit. Another punt coming up for Tim Mastay.
That's a different look up front. They bring Hughes inside, trying to get some matchup. Look at the defensive backs all trying to communicate. Ball's high. Randall Cobb is open, but that ball is delivered high, and he cannot come away with the catch for a 1st down.
I don't know if people talk enough about the arm strength of Aaron Rodgers. It looked like he had so much zip on that ball that Cobb couldn't get his hands up fast enough. That quick release and the velocity on it. Mastay punting. Thigpen, fair catch, made at the 21-yard line. A 40-yard punt, 7:36 to go. The Bills lead by 3 over the Packers. A defensive struggle here at Ralph Wilson Stadium. The Bills with the ball at their own 22-yard line. On 1st down, the handoff to Jackson, tries to cut it back, escapes the tackle from Peppers, and Jackson still on his feet, and he's up to the 35-yard line. What an effort there by Fred Jackson.
He's able to break away from 2 missed tackles. He cuts that ball right into Julius Peppers. Peppers isn't able to come up with the tackle. Bounces back. Has nowhere else to go with it. Continuing just to look downfield and fight.
A 13-yard run for Jackson. Kyle Orton gets rid of it and completes the pass to Lee Smith. But Smith is back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10. Here in the 2nd half, and it's really the 3rd quarter, it's been predominantly runs for the Buffalo offense.
It's helped him move the football. It's helped him extend drives, move the chains.
Hand off to Boobie Dixon. Dixon again breaks a tackle. Now has some blockers. Dixon gets the outside and runs out at the 40, chased out by Peppers. A 6-yard run for Boobie Dixon. And now he sets up 3rd and 4.
Just the extra effort. He is able to get out of Micaiah Hyde's tackle, is able to bounce that one outside. You know, the one thing, like I stated earlier, in the run game, you cannot give up the penetration. And, you know, it's a great play, and it's great that he was able to extend the drive, but up front, the offensive line has got to take control of the line of scrimmage in order to win this football game moving forward here, because they cannot rely on the Green Bay Packers missing tackles.
Empty backfield. Wide open is the running back Brown down the sideline. Bryce Brown hurdles a defender across the 20 down to the 19. 40-yard pass play to the running back Bryce Brown.
Bring him all the way outside. They're going to bring that corner cowboy blitz. but Clinton Dix isn't able to come back in enough time. Kyle Orton hits him with that quick one, and they're able to get the huge chunk right there.
A career-long reception for Bryce Brown. Now they hand it off to him. And Brown gets up to the 17-yard line. Julius Peppers with just his 3rd tackle of the game. 2nd down and 8.
As we talked about earlier, right now the Buffalo Bills this season have thrown the ball 80% of the time in the red zone. Let's see if they stick to what's been working, running the football, or if they try to cross over and continue to throw it down here.
Fred Jackson in at tailback. Kyle Orton steps up, throws, and that's incomplete. Was looking for Sammy Watkins. Tremont Williams on the coverage. Now 3rd and 8 here for Buffalo. And really, if you're the Bills at this point, you have an opportunity. You got to think that Green Bay's offense is going to come alive at some point. You can't keep on getting down here and getting 3 points. You need to get 7.
Completely agree with you, Justin. You cannot settle for 3 points up against a good team and an offense like Aaron Rodgers who can put up points and take this game away quickly.
3rd and 8. Orton over the middle, incomplete to Jackson. There on the coverage was a linebacker, Brad Jones. We've seen Dan Carpenter connect from 27 and 51. And Carpenter's back out there for another field goal attempt. This time a 35-yard field goal attempt. And Carpenter is now 3 for 3 on the day. A 6-point lead for Buffalo. 4:18 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Little mist falling from the sky here in Buffalo. A 6-point lead for the Bills. The Packers have never won here in Buffalo. 0-5. Back deep is DeJuan Harris, hoping to return a kick from Jordan Gay. He has not had a chance to yet. And he still will not have a chance to. So now we'll see Aaron Rodgers again. And this has been almost bizarro world for Rodgers. 18 incompletions, that ties a season high. There's still 4:18 to go here in this 3rd quarter. But as we talked about, you never know when the light bulb goes on for this offense and things can happen quickly.
They said that this was going to be their toughest challenge on the road, and it sure proven have to be, because of right now, this Buffalo Bills defense has rose to the challenge, and they're winning the battle right now between this.
Eddie Lacy gets 3 yards on 1st down. Aaron Rodgers in the first 100 starts of his career. You know, he's putting himself in that category, and we asked him about this, about, you know, you've still got so much left in your career, but the numbers you put up are among the all-time greats. And those numbers you saw, all NFL records through his first 100 starts. He's up there in the conversation. Rodgers steps up, throws, and it's picked off. Intercepted, Bakari Rambo. Just the 4th interception thrown by Rodgers all season long.
Bakari Rambo is the guy who comes up with the sack here, or with the interception, my mistake. But he's playing that deep coverage, he's playing that deep thirds. He's got his eyes on Aaron Rodgers. He follows it all the way through and is able to jump that one and get in front of Randall Cobb and come up with a huge interception.
First interception thrown by Rodgers in his last 203 pass attempts. There have been a couple of close ones for Buffalo today. They finally got one. And now it's 1st and 10 from the 29 of Green Bay. Jackson on the handoff. Picks up 2 yards. So far in this third quarter, it's been 12 carries, 5 passes for Buffalo. And that's what we're just talking about. Aaron Rodgers, his first interception in 203 attempts.
It's just unbelievable. It really is.
On 2nd and 8. Orton completes the pass to Lee Smith. 3rd down again coming up. And again, we're in this situation. You're looking at 3rd and 7 here for Buffalo. And you had great field position after the interception. To get just 3 points here, it would be deflating.
Most certainly would. Because, as we stated, the defense has stepped up. They're creating the turnovers. Special teams is doing a great job of getting them in field position. Now it's time for the offense to step up now in this game, or it's going to get away from them.
Empty backfield on 3rd and 7. Kyle Orton over the middle to Sammy Watkins. Watkins diving for the 1st down. He has it, but there is a flag in the backfield.
Illegal use of the hands to the face, number 77 offense. 10-yard penalty, repeat 3rd down.
Cordy Glenn with a penalty that could be a backbreaker for this Buffalo team.
You see his left hand get extended and get right in the face right here of Clay Matthews to take that one back. You know right away, if you get your hand up there, you better pull it out and get it underneath, because that's been one of the other points of emphasis that they've been stressing. Doesn't matter if it gets to the hand, you pull, or to the face, anything they say, if that hand is in the face, even if you pull it off, they're going to throw that flag immediately.
The Bills have to get to the 20-yard line for a 1st down.
Comes the blitz.
Orton, he's going to get sacked. Taken down by Clay Matthews.
They start off and they bring Russ Crockwell through, and he's able to come up with the first one. And my mistake, Micaiah Hyde is the first one to blitz through. Then they come with everybody else. They just pile it on there. When you're in a 3rd and long situation like that, with you backed up and you know they're passing, they're going to come after you and they're going to attack.
This one will be downed inside the 5. Looks like it's at the 2. A good job by Colton Schmidt with the punt. A 42-yard punt. Marcus Easley able to down it. And now Green Bay deep in their own territory. But Aaron Rodgers in this game, you saw a near pickoff by Gilmore, a near interception by Roby. And then here in the second half, overthrows Cobb. And the pickoff by Bakari Rambo. But we've talked about Buffalo's defense. How about Green Bay's defense? Had to take over, short fields. They pushed him back, forced a punt. Now can Green Bay's offense step up? Play clock down to 3. Handoff to Lacey. And Lacey with a good run up the middle. Picks up 4 yards. Let's check in with Laura Oakman.
David will back me up on this. Normally in this cold, the quarterback would be sitting on the bench with that heavy jacket over him. That whole last series, Aaron Rodgers stood there pacing the sideline, helmet in hand, ready to get out here. Second that turnover happened, came out, fired up, ready to go.
2nd down and 6. Let's see how he responds as his third quarter is coming to a close. Rodgers, pump fake. Rodgers has Nelson, and Nelson drops it again. Unbelievable.
Gets the double move on Corey Graham. That's one that we've seen him catch all season for huge plays. I mean, Jordy Nelson has 7 touchdowns of 40-plus yards. And that one, if he catches that ball, he is gone.
94 yards. That's his second drop. Green Bay with 5 drops today. Nice play by Corliss to reach for the first down, and he has the first down. Everyone is almost in shock after Jordy Nelson dropped that ball. Again, plays that you make, plays that you don't make in this game. What will we go back to revisit? That's the end of the third quarter. It's 16-10 Buffalo. Fox NFL Sunday will continue after a break from your local Fox station. The Green Bay Packers have 3 losses on the season. All 3 of them have been when they trailed after 3 quarters. You see what they've done in the 4th quarter this year. It's 1st and 10. Handoff to Eddie Lacy. And Lacy up to the 15. Let's go back to that Jordy Nelson, what could have been big-time catch.
Gets him with the double move. Gives him the fake like he's going to run the inside slant. Runs the fly. That ball is put right where it needs to be, and like I said, that's one that Jordy Nelson has caught all season and has given them the production and the Pro Bowl credentials that he's been playing with this year.
2nd down and 8. Rodgers. Does he pull it in? Incomplete. Corliss, the intended receiver. Nigel Bradham on the coverage. Last second able to free it up, and now 3rd down here for Green Bay. Just 3 for 11 on the day. Buffalo leading by 6. Empty backfield. Rodgers dancing around. Rodgers throws to Nelson, and this time Nelson hangs on for the first down. Up to the 31. A 16-yard completion. And you kind of get the sense right there that Nelson, he's still thinking about that drop. He's like, yeah, of course, now I catch this one.
Just a great job by Aaron Rodgers extending that play, keeping his eyes downfield, and delivering that football accurately to Jordy Nelson. But you know, Jordy Nelson is upset, but the one thing about Jordy Nelson is he responds to adversity.
Yep.
And he's one throw away from a huge play.
Handoff. It's Randall Cobb, and Cobb has the first down. Picks up 12, up to the 43-yard line.
They just run an inside draw with Cobb. You know, the main thing that with him is that they got him to the 2nd level. They got him in open space, and he can make a linebacker miss anytime.
The little guy behind the big line can't find him. It's Cobb again. Trying to shake and bake. Could not escape the grab of Bradham. Picks up 3. 2nd down and 7. Ralph Wilson Stadium. Sold out crowd. Great environment. This is old school NFL. Packers, Bills. 9th play of the drive coming up. Cobb splits out, empty backfield. Rodgers dumps it off for Cobb. Cobb has the first down. How about this change of strategy for this offense for Green Bay? Now putting Cobb in the backfield. They've handed off to him a couple times. Now you can pass to him out in the backfield.
they're just keeping this defense off keel. But the biggest thing that they're doing right now is they're keeping them on the field. They're not letting them rotate. They're not letting them bring in and out. They're staying up. They're in an up tempo, and they're just doing a great job of running their offense and doing it consistent.
Again, empty backfield here for Rodgers. Gets rid of it quickly, completes the pass to Adams. And Adams picks up 7. Aaron Williams able to wrap up and hang on to Devontae Adams, the rookie out of Fresno State.
Aaron Rodgers is standing right at the line of scrimmage. He's communicating. He has them ready to go for their next play, and he's not giving this defense a lot of time to adjust.
2nd and 3, forced out of the pocket. Rodgers just going to throw this one away. Looked like Rodgers had some words for Corbin Bryant.
I'll tell you who's having a very nice game right now, quietly, is Brian Balaga at right tackle. He's been doing a great job against Mario Williams. He's opened up lanes in the running game, and he's doing a very nice job of giving Aaron Rodgers the protection he needs.
Your daughter Addison's had you listen to too much Baby Beluga. A big 3rd down here for Green Bay, 3rd and 3. Cobb again splits out. Rodgers pumps, throws, tipped, intercepted. Once again, it's Bakari Rambo. And Rambo still on his feet as he's across the 45. The 2nd interception of the day for Rambo. There's a player down. It is Balaga, but Buffalo has the ball back. Aaron Rodgers now has 5 interceptions on the season, 4 of them off of tip balls, including this last one, the 2nd interception of the game for Bakari Rambo. 2 interceptions on the day for Rodgers. And now it's Buffalo ball at their own 48-yard line. Kyle Orton sets up the screen for Jackson. Jackson has some running room. Jackson down the sideline, hurdles a defender, and he is out of bounds at the 32. A 20-yard screen play to Fred Jackson. And on the sideline, Mike McCarthy is irate.
Now the Buffalo Bills are going up tempo themselves.
Handoff, Jackson. Jackson again with that 2nd effort makes something out of nothing up to the 28. Let's go back to that interception thrown by Rodgers.
And Rodgers throws that ball in there. That ball, once again, all of his interceptions are all the ones that have been hit up into the air. And, you know, this is something that they practice in the defensive backfield. Yeah, they do it one-on-one and tip drills and everything, but that's bringing practice to the game field and focusing and creating another nice turnover.
That's a tip ball at the line. 3rd and 6 coming up, and you see Brian Balaga, who was injured on the play, got blindsided on the return. He's walking back to the locker room right now for Green Bay.
As an offensive lineman, when there's an interception, when you're running it down, you're running with your head on a swivel, because that's one time that defensive linemen and linebackers try getting payback for the times that you hit them dead on during the game.
3rd and 6, another big 3rd down here for Buffalo's offense. Kyle Orton trying to escape, and he will not. He gets sacked. Clay Matthews there again, his 2nd sack. And again, the Green Bay defense does the job against this Buffalo offense.
Only rush 4. Coverage was able to get back and, you know, did a very nice job of letting Kyle Orton go through his progressions, nowhere to go. Tried to scramble and run with it, but nice tackle, and here we are kicking another field goal.
This is a 48-yard field goal attempt for Carpenter into the winds. And Carpenter is now 4 for 4. 27, 51, 35, 48 after the interception. It's now 19-10 Buffalo. Things are getting scary here for Green Bay. The Buffalo defense stopping Aaron Rodgers. The offense just putting some points on the board. Field goals, not touchdowns, but it's 19-10 as Jordan Gay will kick off once again. Into the win, Dewan Harris. He will get a chance to return this one from the 10. And Harris gets tackled at the 17. A 7-yard return. Ron Brooks, the special teams tackle. 2 interceptions for Aaron Rodgers on the day. His team trails by 9. It's time to go right now if you're Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay offense, trailing by 9 with 9:19 to go. A 5-game winning streak on the line. A chance to keep pace in the NFC. Handoff to Lacy, and Eddie Lacy, another good run. Eddie Lacy has had himself a nice day. 13 for 36 is Aaron Rodgers. Look at this, 23 incompletions today. That is a career high. 2 interceptions. He had 3 on the season coming into today. Second down and 4. It's Lacy again. Lacy breaks free. There's a flag in the backfield as Lacy gets tackled at the 44-yard line.
I think they're going to call Josh Sitton 71 with the hold.
Number 71 offense. 10-yard penalty, repeat second down.
There have been a couple of huge penalties called against called against Green Bay that have negated big plays. That would have been a 20-yard run by Eddie Lacy. They had a first down called back earlier. And let's go down and check in with Laura Oakman.
Justin, one of the things Rodgers told us about why this offense has been clicking is the strong offensive line. Said it's been the most consistent he's been with for 7 years. Took a hit just now. Brian Bulaga, we saw him walk into the tunnel. He is in the locker room being evaluated for a concussion, as is Buffalo's Duke Williams.
Wow. Hopefully both those guys are okay. It's second down and 14 for Green Bay. Randall Cobb is in the backfield. They had success their last series with Cobb in the backfield. Rodgers gets it over to Cobb. Cobb's got some running room. And Cobb has the first down up to the 30. 16 yards. Well, I tell you what, with Cobb or Lace in the backfield, they've had success.
See Randall Cobb right here into the backfield. He's going to run the little option route. This is a mismatch. You can't put a linebacker on him, so they bring Bakari Rambo from the safety position to try coming down. There's a reason why he's a safety and not a corner, because he cannot cover a man like that.
Handoff to Cobb. Stephon Gilmore trying to wrap him up, push him out. There's a flag again. This could be a face mask.
Personal face mask. Number 24 defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
There's Stephon Gilmore, number 24.
It's his right hand. You can't really see it right there, but his right hand gets into the face mask. There's a better look for it right there. See his hand right in there. Side judge sees it clearly and throws that.
Ball up now at the 45-yard line. It's Doug Cobb in the backfield. Play action. Quick pass, slow throw, looking for Richard Rodgers, the rookie out of Cal. Second down and 10, 7:27 to go here in this fourth quarter. Green Bay, a record of 10-3, trailing by 9 to the 7-6 Buffalo Bills. Buffalo, we talked about their defense coming in. The defense has played great. We now welcome those of you who are just watching Cincinnati and Cleveland as Jordy Nelson makes the catch and brings it all the way up to the 35-yard line of Buffalo. Justin Kutcher alongside David Deal here in Buffalo as the Packers trail the Bills 19-10. Laura Oakland down on the sideline trying to stay warm here as a 20-yard completion to Jordy Nelson. But so far, the story in this game has been a punt return touchdown by Marcus Thigpen in the first quarter. Aaron Rodgers, who had 3 interceptions on the season, has thrown 2 in this game, both of them to Bakari Rambo. And how about all the drop passes by the receivers for Green Bay? An unofficial total of 5. Rodgers gets it out to Cobb, who breaks a tackle. Cobb inside the 20. 15-yard completion to Randall Cobb.
Randall Cobb has made a huge impact here in the fourth quarter out of the backfield. You know, not only catching nice passes, but keeping this defense off keel. They've been moving them around. They've been motioning them. You see the different coverages sliding over, trying to communicate, and it's really opened up things for this Green Bay Packers offense.
Red zone opportunity now here for Green Bay.
Where do you go?
Rodgers again to Cobb. And a good open field tackle by Ron Brooks. Rodgers again telling his guys, hey, let's get up there. There's a tackle for a loss of 1, 2nd down and 11. Rodgers out of the pocket. Rodgers pump fakes. He just dives, able to avoid the hit by Ron Brooks.
Ron Brooks came in there like a bullet, and he avoided that one nicely. Got down, and here we are in a 3rd and long in the red zone. Let's see if they can convert this one or come up with a touchdown. And Randall Cobb has been his target down here.
Randall Cobb on the season, 8 red zone touchdowns. Coming up on 5 minutes to go. 3rd and 8 for the Packers.
There's Randall Cobb right here.
Rodgers to the end zone, incomplete, was looking for Cobb. Aaron Rodgers came out. He was smiling. All of a sudden, things got chippy. And this defense again for Buffalo delivering some hits. The offense delivering some hits too. Mike McCarthy not happy. Mason Crosby has to come out for a field goal, a 34-yard field goal attempt. And Crosby's field goal is good. 19-13. Buffalo leads Green Bay here in Week 15. It's a one-possession game. The Bills lead the Packers 19-13. The Bills defense has been fantastic all day long. The offense, they haven't been able to put the ball in the end zone. That's been the issue.
Offense 3 of 13 on 3rd down. I know we've been saying it this entire second half, but they cannot continue to settle for field goals.
Thigpen will not get a chance to return this one. 4:51 to go. 19-13 Buffalo on top, and it is the last week to vote for the 2015 Pro Bowl. Select the best players regardless of conference. Then Chris Carter and Michael Irvin will draft teams as alumni captains. Vote now at NFL.com/Pro Bowl ballot. Voting ends Monday night. Jordy Nelson, he could be going there, although a big play in this game was that ball he dropped that could have been a long touchdown. So now Kyle Orton is in. And on 1st down, he hands off to Fred Jackson. And Jackson, a nice little run up the middle. picks up 6 to the 26-yard line. 3 timeouts remaining for Green Bay, 2 for Buffalo. Jackson up to 64 yards on the day on the ground.
His yards after carry have been phenomenal.
19-13, Buffalo leading Green Bay here at Ralph Wilson Stadium. Justin Kutcher, David Deal, Laura Oakman with you. Play clock is down to 2, and now a timeout will be taken by Kyle Orton and Buffalo. That is the second timeout of the half for the Bills. The story of this game has been the defense for Buffalo, what they have done to Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay offense. Forced a couple of interceptions.
Getting interceptions, getting pressure, rattling these wide receivers, playing physical, rerouting them. It's been a very, very nice game plan by Jim Schwartz and this Buffalo Bills defense. They've risen to the challenge against one of the most prolific offenses in NFL history right now, and have really put themselves and this football team in position to win this game. But offensively, they've got to do it, and do it now on this drive. Because if you give Aaron Rodgers an opportunity in a one possession game with too much time, he's thrived on that.
Second down and 4. Orton back to pass. Taking a shot down the field, incomplete, looking for Robert Woods. Well, this might be the play of the day or not the play of the day if you're the Packers and Jordy Nelson. This one saved a pick 6 by Stephon Gilmore.
Right in the second quarter, that play right there could have definitely changed this game completely, but enough for Jordy Nelson to get his hand in there and get that one out. And Gilmore not being able to catch it because that was a pick 6.
Give him credit for that. He then dropped what would have been a touchdown the other way. So 3rd and 4 here, a big opportunity for both sides.
Here comes the blitz.
Orton over the middle, completes the pass for the first down to Scott Chandler. A huge 3rd down conversion for the Buffalo Bills.
It's a nice hot read right there by Scott Chandler. He sees the blitz coming, sticks, turns around, gets that football, and converts it for a first down.
Let me ask you this question. With the time winding down, at what point does Green Bay have to start using those timeouts? They still have the 2-minute warning, and they've got 3 timeouts.
Well, you notice Buffalo is definitely taking their time, and they're going to try to do whatever they can to take as much time off the clock, but still produce a drive. But at this point, I'd worry about myself at Buffalo, not about the other team.
Boogie Dixon on the carry. And there's a ball loose. Ball is loose on the ground, but Dixon, it looks like he's got it. And now the timeout is taken by Green Bay, I believe. Stopping the clock at 3:06. Wow, that was almost disastrous.
Dixon just running for those extra yards, fighting through. Looks like A.J. Hawk is the one that was able to press it through. Pepper's adding on, hitting it. He's lucky that he came up with that one.
Tramon Williams was right there, had a chance to recover it. Number 38 for Green Bay. .306 to go. Green Bay has 2 timeouts remaining and the 2-minute warning. Fred Jackson now in at tailback. Movement up front. Who's it on? Who moved first? And it's going to be against Green Bay.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Sam Barrington, the guilty party.
Real nice job by Kyle Orton changing the snap count, going with the hard count. They get across the line of scrimmage. Anytime as an offensive line you see that, you're moving because they can't get back, and that's one that you're getting extra yards.
Second down and 3. Jackson lowers the shoulder, keeps those legs going. It looks like he's right by that first down marker. And he has the first down. A huge pickup. It has been a weird day here in Buffalo. Aaron Rodgers, things got chippy pretty early.
Well, when they got a game like this with so much on the line, the Green Bay Packers were fighting for a win, for trying to get home field advantage, and the Buffalo Bills are fighting for their playoff lives.
Again, it's Jackson. Jackson getting to midfield. A timeout by Green Bay. We showed you earlier Jordy Nelson with the ball, with the opportunity to punch the ball away. Now this was what could have been a touchdown. Right in the hands, and he dropped it. His second drop of the game. Aaron Rodgers couldn't believe it. Now just one timeout remaining for each team, plus a 2-minute warning. Rodgers 17 for 42, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And we saw this really from the get-go. Just the first pass of the game was a drop ball for Green Bay.
Early on, you could just see that the communication wasn't where it needed to be. Drop balls. This isn't the offense that we've seen out of the Green Bay Packers all season. And yeah, you may have said that this is your toughest challenge, and you can point to yourself, but the Buffalo Bills defense came to play today.
A career-high 25 incomplete passes thrown by Aaron Rodgers. It's second down and 8. Hard count again by Kyle Orton. Handoff, Jackson. And a timeout once again. So a good use of the timeouts by Mike McCarthy. That was the final timeout for the Packers. Because now you've got third down coming up, and Week 15 continues later today on CBS and on Fox, then tonight with Sunday Night Football on NBC, and tune in tomorrow for Monday Night Football on ESPN. But while the Packers are out of timeouts, there's still a 2-minute warning. So if they can come up with a stop right now, they will get the ball back, and Aaron Rodgers will have a chance to salvage a dismal day for him in the offense. 3rd and 5 for Buffalo. Let me ask you this, because the 2-minute warning is coming up. Do you now potentially throw for a first down?
I mean, they've been pretty much throwing on 3rd down all day. They've got an empty backfield right now, so I think that they're throwing.
On 3rd and 5, Orton to Watkins, incomplete, no flags. And we now welcome those of you who are just watching the Redskins and the Giants. Justin Kutcher, David Deal, Laura Oakman here in Buffalo. The Bills leading by 6 over the Packers. 2:07 to go. The Packers are now out of timeouts, but they will get the ball back. Micah Hyde is back to return with Colton Schmidt on to punt. Schmidt is punting into the wind, and we still have a 2-minute warning. A good effort going after that. Hyde doesn't call for the fair catch and gets hit right away by Marcus Easley. What a hit on special teams coverage. A 37-yard punt. Rodgers one last chance when we come back. It has been a long time since these fans in Buffalo have seen a meaningful game in December. Aaron Rodgers, 11 career game-winning drives in the fourth quarter. Last one coming week 6 at Miami. 19-13 ball game. Eddie Lacy in the backfield. No timeouts remaining for the Packers. Cobb in motion. Rodgers has it stripped. Ball is loose in the end zone. Lacy picks it up. And they're waving their hands right now. It is a safety. Bill Levy made the signal for a safety.
The quarterback fumbled the football. Only he is allowed to advance it inside of 2 minutes. It is dead when it is picked up, and it is a safety.
Mario Williams was able to strip Aaron Rodgers, force the fumble. Wow.
With Brian Balagu out of the game with an injury and a concussion, you got Mario Williams with 12 sacks going up against J.C. Treader. Their backup just gets a great takeoff off of the ball. Treader's trying to run him by. He has those long arms and wingspan to be able to hit that one, get it out, and comes up with a huge sack, forced fumble.
We heard the explanation from Bill Levy. Let's bring in Mike Pereira. Mike, can you expand on what we just saw?
Yeah, this is the fumble rule inside of 2 minutes. So if there is a fumble and it's recovered by any other player other than the fumbling player, it's dead at that spot of the recovery. If it's in advance of the spot of the fumble, it comes back to the spot of the fumble. If it's behind the spot of the fumble, it's dead at that spot. Bill Levy was all over this and correctly awards it a safety because it's dead right where it was recovered.
Great job, Mike. Thank you, and great job by Bill Levy. Amazing. Mario Williams, he's had a blocked field goal, a forced fumble, a pass breakup. What an effort. We welcome those of you who are just watching the Bucs and the Panthers, where the Panthers won 19-17. Mario Williams, who's in his 3rd season with Buffalo, comes up huge here in the 4th quarter. (21-13), Buffalo leading, trying to snap a 5-game winning streak of the Packers. And this onside kick is covered up by Chris Hogan. Let's go back and look at Mario Williams again, forcing that fumble against Rodgers.
Does a great job of, like I said, that first step, getting around the edge, using those long arms to reach out and extend and get that one out of there for the safety. We talked about big players stepping up at key times. You can't ask for anything better than that right there.
Coming into this game, Green Bay 0-5 all time here in Buffalo. And you think, all right, well, this is a different year, right? Green Bay 10-3, 5 straight wins. Buffalo 7-6, coming off a loss last week at Denver. And now Buffalo will take a knee.
In the greatest formation in football, the victory formation.
The first time that Buffalo has entered December with 7 wins since 2000. This will be the first season since 2004 that the Bills have 8 victories. They keep their playoff hopes alive. And Green Bay, their hopes of having home field advantage takes a bit of a knock here in this one. When speaking with Doug Marrone, he thought you build a team, defense, special teams, offense. Today, it was the defense, it was the special teams, and the offense did just enough to get this victory.
The turnovers, the interceptions, the punt return. When you do those on the defensive side of the ball and the special team side of the ball, that's just right alone gives you the momentum that you need in the football game. as long as your offense continues to try moving forward and picking things up. And they did just enough just to put points up on the board and field goals to get this win today.
21-13. The Bills snap the Packers' 5-game winning streak. And Buffalo, its first 8-win season since 2004.
So much credit to this Buffalo Bills team, the way that they came into this game, the intensity, the fight, and the determination to win this game.
That'll do it here from Buffalo. Let's take it to the State Farm Game Break Show in LA. Here's Kurt Menninger.